Alright, so kule video le let's focus still good counting principles. And kule counting principle le sifuna check i-word arrangement. So asifuna ukubheka ukuthi if you're given a certain word, arrange kangaki, in how many different ways can you arrange that word, right? For example, consider the word water. Right, so you actually have 5 letters. You have W-A-T-E-R. So you can arrange these letters in many different ways, and water is one of the arrangements, right? So for example, another word that you can have, it can be Rito. Yeah, Rito. So lana uqala from the last letter, it's just the reverse of these letters. You can have Tori, or you can have, okay, so the words don't have to make sense, né? But as long as all these words are included, then it's a different arrangement for this word, right? So we can have different Rito, Tori, okay, at, yeah. So whatever the word is, it doesn't have to make sense, but it's a different arrangement. So the question is, how many ways or how many words can we get from these 5 letters? W-A-T-E-R, right? So you must be given a condition for this one. The condition is, can you repeat a letter? If you can repeat a letter, then it means if maybe you can form W, 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 so then you can say this is the word, as long as it has 5 letters. So this is repeating, or you can have A, so that is repetition. But if you're not allowed to repeat a letter, you're not allowed to repeat a letter. So this means if you chose A for the first option, you cannot choose A again because you cannot repeat that A. So you'd have to choose a different letter, maybe for example T, E, and R, then W, right? So this is a different word. So you must have these conditions. Are we repeating the letters or are we not repeating the letters? So say we want to form a word and we are allowed to repeat a letter. So we want to form a 5-letter word. So for a 5-letter word, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 options, right? If we are allowed to repeat, how many options do we have for the first letter or for the first entry? We still have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can take each and every each of the letters. So we have 5 options. So if we are allowed to repeat, then it means we still have 5 options. 5 options, 5 options, and still 5, right? And this is the same as 5 to the power 5, right? And that would be 3,125. So it means we can form 3,125 words with these letters, with these 5 letters, if repetition is allowed, right? All right, so maybe another question, how many 4-letter word? 4-letter word. So it means we are forming 4 letter words using these 5 letters, right? So it means you can choose WATE, for example, right? So that is a letter, you only choose 4. Or okay, let's look at the 4-letter word. If repetition is allowed, for the first entry we have 5 options. We have 5 options because we can choose from WATER. And then if repetition is allowed for the second one, we have 5, third 5, still 5, right? So that is 5 to the power 4. So here we're forming a 5-letter word, and here we are forming a 4-letter word. So what if we are forming a 3-letter word and repetition is allowed? You have 5 options for the first one, 5 options for the second one, 5 options for the third one, and that is 5 to the power 3, right? All right, so let's go to the second option. Second option, what if repetition is not allowed? So you cannot repeat a letter. So let's start with the 5-letter word. So now there is no repetition. 5-letter word, 1 2 3 4 5, right? So for the first entry you have 5 options, and for the second one you'd have 4 options because you cannot repeat a letter, right? And third one you have 3 options, 2 options, then the last one will be 1 option. Then that is 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which is the same as 5 factorial, right? Okay, so what about a 4-letter word? 1 2 3 4, right? So for the first option you still have 5 letters or 5 options. The next one you have 4, 3, and then 2, right? So this is the same as 5 times 4 times 3 times 2, then that would give you 120. So it means you can form 124-letter word. And what about 3-letter word? For 3-letter word, for the first entry you have 5 options, 4 options, 3 options, right? And that is 5 times 4 times 3, and that would be 60 words, right? So this is dealing with repetition.